which has been
definitely a good chance for RRQ on this one. T1 on attack, RRQ on defense. We got Meteor raid boss though, so if he starts off well, could be scary. The 3-person higher, lower, lower.
High, low. Well,
great shot. Oh, there goes your raid boss.
Meteor swiftly dealt with. 2 players going to be noted there by the 0 point. Well, obviously space going to be given up here too, but nothing there to really note this. So they do get Buzz on a deep lurk, but this is understood by RRQ. They know what they have given up for the most part.
Yep.
Though Crazy Guy's still at risk. He doesn't get forward onto the Raptor, and he is able to do so. Buzz does find Cushy though in transit. Sylvan somehow wins out that fight. Xfaro going to be taken down.
Totally not.
Yeah, Buzz able to find another one. Jemkin does go ahead. Delivers a shot to the back of the head. Sylvan down to 50. Sheriff Shot will go ahead and take him out. Jemkin and Moniette, 2 powerhouses from the first map, looking to deliver here to try to get a 3rd pistol win in the set.
1 enemy remaining.
Izu finding 1. Jemkin with everything to do.
Hey, nice pistol. They're on the board with the pistols.
4th and 5th would have been a very nice.
Still want to keep a little bit of an eye on Meteor's flashes. He doesn't really use them.
To try to do some lurks, to try to explore the map.
But this was
and it's really well thought out there as
very nice from Buzz.
Buzz pushing past some of those angles until there's contact over at A. As soon as the 0 point lands, get some identification, that's when Buzz peeks out of kitchen a little bit. He checks towards the defender side spawn. I don't know if he saw Crazy Guy or not, but then he's able to recheck the other angle, catch the player coming up from the B site, get that first kill.
Oh,
and
knife
Crazy
hits
Guy's
4.
in an awkward spot where he's trapped between the main force of T1 and Buzz. And Buzz is able to best him with the headhunter. Really nicely dialed up there by T1.
Buzz is something that we're going to have our eyes on, under the microscope here on this map, because it's not just about the performance on Pearl, but also the last time out versus Secret wasn't finding that much value with the chamber at all. Granted, all of T1 looked very scattered with his composition. But looking for that stronger individual impact here from Buzz. Meteor, though, up over the top, able to find Cushy, finding Moniette. Potentially finding
nice
Jemkin
shots
as well.
at the moment.
He will come strafing forward. It's going to be Buzz to take that one away with the Ghost in hand.
Good signs. We
over
saw
in
some
towards
flashes.
mid.
We
Final
saw
shots will
some shots.
And that is going to be a flawless
Maybe they've been
from the side of T1,
looking at this map a little bit.
2-0.
Yeah, so now we get to see really more of what the game plan is for RRQ. That first round was kind of interesting because sometimes with this T1 comp, a lot of what it comes down to is
oh, that was a nice shot.
Stuff.
Jesus.
Izu there, able to get the spot off the utility, get his own kill. But one of the important things for this T1 comp is finding the right moments to get the leer to hit, to get the flashes to hit from Stax. And if you can get ahead of that or get behind it, like we saw Team Secret.
I enjoyed that one they said. And we got an outlaw, and we got one person that can get one shot. And the recon doesn't hit Jemkin though, even though the knife does.
Does find Meteor over at Belt. Sylvan only able to take one back.
Oh, they went heavy with 3.
Getting out of hand here for T1. Sylvan Izu
and
last
4
one standing.
really.
Only the enemy Tejo dead. And pretty much everybody stacked up now on this A site. Looking to make this a nigh impossible go. Swing onto the corner. Sylvan does do well to actually come away with 1. Jemkin going to be put down. Izu now watching. Sparrow suddenly does die. Cushy now at risk. Pop flash.
No way.
Timing, but Izu
Cushy really tried something.
The is gone, and now suddenly
really tried something.
Swung absolutely on its head. The tap of the plant, Moniette. Weapon drawn out, knows that it's not a real plant. Full kit available to Izu. But how does he try to utilize it?
He might have read that there was going to be a rotate.
He has no clue. I don't think he has any idea. He's just going to face in
Hey,
for
nice handle from Moniette on this one.
The anti-bonus somewhat rescued here. T1 not allowed to get the conversion, but once again, I mean, similar scenes to what we witnessed over on
10-10 transfer
Pearl.
to Zeta.
It's a devastating round.
Again, early ideas are good for RRQ. Getting ahead of the T1 utility puts them in a bad spot.
Injured.
But then you fall back and start giving up some of these, trades,
Shoulder
and that starts
injury.
sliding into T1's favor, and you can't give those up to them because they'll punish the heck out of you with their firepower, with their rifling. That's the one thing you can't let this comp do, is just take dry contact against them. Unless you're way ahead of them. But that round, they kind of took their foot off the gas pedal a little bit too much.
Safe 0 point placement there from Kush. She does go ahead and confirm, I believe, presence on the 4, so there's no ambiguity about this whatsoever. RRQ knows that T1 in droves are here on this A side. It's a matter about, is there a lurk? That's why you still see that linger back from Monyet across the map. Jemkin able to open things up, and Sylvan's going to be taken down. Meteor up over the top, considering going for the peak, but does not. Stax goes in for the fight, and he manages to catch 3!
What was that?
Looking for that 4th. Crazy guy is down to a sliver.
Oh my god.
And now Stax is maybe on for an ace.
It was so fast,
Salvo's going to be sent. They'll offset him. Hey, go off, King. Go on the hunt. Call your steed.
He might save. Oh, he's going for it.
He's looking for it.
That was crazy. That second shot was so fast. He's already flicking to the second guy.
Guy plays spoiler here.
Like he knows he's killed the first. Oi, sick rounds.
Go ahead and lock it
Dude,
down
the second shot is so fast, and the third obviously low HP, but
3-1 off the back of Stax going nuclear.
And he stood up and he waved over at RRQ after that one. My word, Stax. I mean, he's swinging this box, and I'm like, why?
Whoa.
Like,
they're headshots too.
Yeah, he's got 3 players looking at him. By all rights, he should at best be getting a 1 and done. But somehow, some way.
Okay, big
Stax.
buy rounds. He does that as well. Talk about impact.
My oh my. Wait a minute.
Knife goes in, hits 2 over towards B. There was a recon close towards B, but they should know it doesn't clear Monyet's corner.
I wasn't going to say anything. You didn't have to make noise.
Nope.
Paperton had a misunderstanding about something on the
Nope,
UI.
I read my sheet backwards. That's all I'm going to say.
A tuck away. Does that classic in hand, but T1 not liking what they're not seeing. Slowly drift away. Turret set up. There's some contact there at Kitchen. It's a tiny little tuck over onto the side there from Xfero.
I mean, that's a heartbreaking round for RRQ, that previous one. Have a great read on what T1 wants to do, and you can't stop it. That's a gut punch. Jemkin, though, blades in hand. Can be a difference maker for sure, but with Stax and his ultimate, can shut that right down.
Hits 3, maybe 2.
Be taken away. Just that shorty for now. Stax once again pushing forward here
All
towards
again.
Cyclics with the transfer. Takes a little bit longer this time, but still is able to go ahead and find the eliminations. 2 players knocked down.
Meteor,
Buzz
you have your ult.
time.
Relax.
Just lining that up, checking the wind direction. And finds it, and Stax in position to go ahead. Get the final shutdown
very
kill.
nice.
Another 3K. Stax moves up, I believe,
Izu,
8-1, and it's
Meteor ult for this round.
Yeah. A lot of ones
Everyone from RRQ kind of won away from theirs, so you would imagine.
And it's also,
they even have a punish? Yeah, they would have a punish.
T1 doing
a Molly shock.
Great things in this round.
Stax
Stax continuing just frag out of control. Great lurk again from Buzz. So he's being really patient there in mid. You might have to send a player over there, a little bit of util, to deal with Buzz. I think that's what this RRQ timeout is going to be about. Is
attacker sided. I mean, it can be, yeah.
Make sure Buzz is dealt with. Let's be a little bit more patient if we're going to have to play for retake. Like if you've got that full
when they're shooting like this,
coming at you,
it feels rough.
Okay, you can maybe get the pick and get out of there. But think back to what Team Secret was doing. They were playing outside of the A building.
Meteor picked himself in VFL. He needs the eco kills.
Boiler and things like that. Waiting
Put
for
himself as
T1
IGL.
to try to get to that plant spot, and that's when they would start letting loose with some of the util. Use those Tejo salvos to delay the defuse. That's what was really setting T1 off balance, was that util that would come in when T1 was trying to plant. So in this case, RRQ has the Tejo, so they can potentially do that. And that's what I'm really looking for, is to set T1 off balance. Don't let them get ahead of the curve. Some of the rounds where you're able to, the round where you're able to win, you got ahead of the curve. You were the ones that were taking the fight to T1. Now you've got
Jemkin up is the main
sides.
change,
One,
but we also got to look at Buzz. Knowing that this is going to happen, they invest the wall over towards A. I mean, that gives you a good heads up of what's going to go down.
Going to go up towards the top of belt first.
We got a recon. Is this the bounce recon that you can land here? Then you can ult off of it. And we're bringing it back. And drone at the same time, lock him in. The middle of site. Yeah, I like the idea.
Clear forward. Empress now popped here from Meteor.
Been ages since we've seen that recon.
With that operator. Bringing it to bear over towards this A site, and they know that everyone's contained here. Maybe a slight little lurk into mid as Moniette, though, is out over into the attacker spawn. Meteor immediately going to be shut down. A nice headshot there from Cushy. Puts Serena on the floor. Fragment into the corner. Not going to be finding some damage, but Izu trying to go for the plant. Has to draw off this one. Pop flash onto the corner, but Izu will return from it. Re-steadies, finds the enemy KO. Spike now on the floor. Moniette arrives in from behind, and clearly the message is not relayed fast enough.
Kind of realized there was no pressure over towards B because of the wall as well.
We'll find some stability.
Don't really want to see the wall invested again. It does just become way too obvious.
Versus what we saw from the previous rounds, except that they bring Buzz into the A push with the operator, so there's nobody watching mid, and the whole time RRQ's going, no contact, keep pushing. All right, we're gonna hold on site, wait for them to try to plant, and that's when we make our move to strike. Very, very well thought up. A great timeout from RRQ. Pays off immediately. Still enough in the bank, though, for T1 to buy another op. And this time, well, they're doing it again.
And Dart gets the ping.
Yeah, I'm surprised they didn't go for the
we run it twice in a row.
Surely.
The ult here.
Well, at least Buzz is like.
They invest the wall again. They know they're going to be hitting.
Meteor unable to find the punish, just spotting out the killjoy there. Backside Stax.
Are they just going to spam A hits until they lose 2 or 3 in a row? Feels like it.
Pulls across. They waited out. Rez now.
Yeah, they get their flashback.
Crazy guy finds one. And that fully disrupts here. Sylvan going to be taken down, and T1 start to scatter. You can tell that first kill coming through. T1 was not ready for that at all. Buzz now just having to stay tucked back, wary about that potential flank that they saw from Moniette in the previous round. As he's going to be flushed out a little bit more into the open here. On belt, Moniette down from below.
Very nicely done. Again, I don't really want to see the wall invested here.
Now one away from tying this up.
Makes it a little too obvious. You can kind of stack 4 on the site. Cushy's ult was really good here, though. Cushy's ult kind of stalled them over towards site. And they were just stuck like past the Viper smoke committed.
Get much value in that situation. Stax, you know, yeah, you're able to wait out the KO ult. Can't find a moment to really get his flash to connect. So if you can keep those kind of win conditions away from T1. Don't give the operator any opportunities. From Buzz, does have the tour de force. Pop that right off the rip. You can basically take rounds into your own hands, and now Jemkin gonna get identified at least by the drone. Buzz back towards mid.
Hey, force them down to an eco. We'll get some invested over towards B. They can actually create a bit of pressure. Oh, we're using Reyna flashes to push off ops.
Jemkin off balance.
Keep some interest
nice.
Yeah, they're really trying to show that this is going to be B.
Buzz has just held at bay. I mean,
Safara's held this twice now, 3 times. Can't remember.
Until Spike is planted.
No, absolutely not.
Looks like it might work out at one point.
Buzz is just going to have.
You can get spammed here, but
might have made noise. I thought for a second.
No one really does that.
Rendezvous might have been hurt. Not sure if it was.
Honestly, no one really plays that, to be fair.
2 players at A for the moment. 2 more shifting over. Jemkin just going to be left on a late linger there with that operator. A deep line over by Snowman. As your point, Scouts I believe, just on the 2. Armageddon immediately here as the red carpet gets rolled out for him. Cushy collecting 1 as Xfero finds another, finds 2 for himself. So the Sheriff will be able to get a little pot shot there on him on Yet. Just Buzz and Sylvan though left as the lockdown will be invested. RRQ wanting to tie things up here at all costs. Pit, however, going to be sent in,
but they're just kind of got to leave the pit.
Surely within this. Okay, no, quick exit. Trying to escape.
Oh,
Buzz,
that's fast
quick
though.
Draw down to the headhunter, is able to find the kill, but Pit now going to be on the floor as Buzz.
Oh, he got hit by it. Okay, convincing couple of rounds though. RQ did use 2 ults into this though.
4-4.
It's been convincing when they've used ults.
As the coffers of RRQ are starting to get a little bit out of hand.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're really starting to get a read. And some mistakes starting to be shown by T1. That Viper's pit there, a bit of a, in my opinion, a mistake by Sylvan. You need to understand that situation, that there is a lockdown available. So you're just going to be using that ult for essentially nothing. Easy to clear it. There's no hope of you being able to get to the lockdown to clear it yourselves because you're going to have to play post plant.
Okay.
T1 going to be taking a timeout.
This is the classic. Let's try B.
You know, the mid lurks. Good.
There's been a lot of A hits at the moment
from Buzz, but the rest of the team.
They're all, yeah, he like
balance after that early hot
pretty
start.
much committed the Viper, or
really
he like in his head he committed the Viper ult, and then the Killjoy went down, and he just kind of went with it still.
Kind of win condition for T1 on this attacker side, on the A side, is if they can get there and they can clear all of Raptors, then they feel pretty comfortable to get the round to go. And then for RRQ, it's about battling for that space at the right time. When T1 is trying to get their plant and their post plant set up, that's when you strike and disrupt them. And you can avoid a lot of that utility. A lot of T1 fans out there today. See what they can do after this timeout, but it's so hard with this composition because pushing B is really, really tricky, especially if Jemkin's over there with an operator. He's able to clear a lot of your util early, and all you really have other than that is the deep flashes from Stax to keep him off balance.
Jemkin with the op.
So as the Jet,
guys, don't invest the A wall again. It's way too obvious.
A ton of time for RRQ if there is a B hit.
Okay, are they gonna invest the A wall, but we actually smoke middle so we can lurk this time?
You don't really have a ton of other options unless you're going up against the ecos.
Yeah. So they smoke the wall, but this time they have the smoke here instead of the smoke back here. They probably aren't able to do as many people on site. Go for the old school Xerxes setup with Killjoy info into good Viper ult. That is absolute madness, but
find an opening kill. Xfero picked off plant coming through, fragment offsetting the movements here up on Yet.
Spike planted.
As Buzz is able to find Crazy Guy. I mean, T1 pit will drop here. RRQ now on the back foot. Jemkin swaps over here for the Vandal operator on the ground for the time being.
Dude, Isu's been so patient.
Screen dropping, has to pull back away. Buzz gonna be picked off, but now it is all
okay,
on
insanely patient. I like it a bit more because they have the smoke here. Now they can probably do it again and invest the lock. So they want to do.
We'll just live next to each other. It's fine.
Yeah. We can be neighbors. And then Izu just sat there the whole round, just hiding his presence behind the box. I really like that from him, that decision. He just walks back into the pit and hides. And waits for his moment to strike, catches Monyet completely off guard.
I mean, the Killjoy can't die
this time, it just comes down to winning
fault.
This fight right around the left-hand side of the A site. So
he on his own covers this.
To the left.
Everyone else should be covering here. It's just the fact that normally when they do the A hit, they had the smoke over towards here. The first time they had the smoke at middle, so they had two people watching the smoke at middle, so there wasn't much help here. And the Killjoy's just gone for a solo play.
And that opens up the site.
The small micro change up and putting the Viper smoke over towards middle actually kept two people here, so it was like super weak. And we got a double flank on this one. So
deep flank here is Jemkin.
Definitely got to keep an eye on bounds.
Swinging around the back, but eyes are there from T1. They've gotten hit from this angle before. They don't want to have it happen again.
Incredible timing for Jemkin.
This is a...
Oh, finds the first.
Going to be in trouble.
Once again, comms delay is there. As Izu, do they suspect that he's also played Ring Around the Rosie? Oh, they certainly know it now. And he's just not going to be able to get the shots through. Felt like this round was going to be secured
here.
Where
was the chamber trip? I looked really early. Like they even smoked for it, but it's not even there. I can see it on the minimap. I don't really know where it was.
Drop back. Hunter's Fury. Play, delay, then go for a retake. Crazy Guy not giving him that window of opportunity whatsoever. 5-5, we say tied up.
Yeah, that's
tough round for T1. Yeah, they're just not great at this map, really.
Because you do everything right,
like this comp can be pretty good as well. They just rely on individuals.
And Izu just missed the timing. They had somebody there to do the job.
They didn't do too much right.
That's a real problem when you don't have a traditional sentinel back there. It requires eyes.
Viper wall invested again.
You have to be watching.
Double knife goes over towards B.
I don't know why you fanned out off of this side whatsoever, but I guess if they just want to play for retake, then that's more than fine. So
yeah,
looks like they're just going to look to try to play for retake. the end of the day, I think they could have just stayed stacked up
they
in the
actually
spawn
get the palm
because
within the
T1, even versus
first
Secret,
13 seconds.
was just hitting the A side over and over again.
I mean,
Good amount of
23
damage on the
seconds.
Izu, puts him down to 24 off the back of the fragment, and
Yeah,
then snake
the
bite.
pressure is there from behind because they've won so many
He's
rounds
still
when they go
four.
over
He's
towards
at
A, so they
410.
kind of
He's
know
got
that someone's going to
Sherry.
be watching this. See what the
Surely they try
retake's
to
like. They don't really have the
relocate
best
this
ults for
over,
it, but they got
but
a
it looks like they
lot
wanted
of
his crossfire
flashes
set up
and they've
here.
got a drone.
But he's going to stick around. Meteor's going to be taken down. Easy does manage to find one. Gemkin dead. Stax looking for the transfer once
Did
again.
good.
Able to find it. Sylvan up over the top. Finding the first, looking for the second. Cannot make it happen. Hunter's Fury now.
No way.
And oh my god, he just shotgun blasts him with it.
The double, he did not think it would go that well.
Both players stacked up. Puts them down. One pump of the bow. And they will fall.
I mean,
Like Robin Hood splitting the arrow in twain.
Yeah, really. That's just insane stuff from Izu. Now making up for the last round, just both with one.
It just also feels like such a weird, fast, anticlimactic conclusion of the round. You're like,
Yeah.
oh, it's over.
Surely this is going to go on for another 10, 15 seconds at least. Nope. Nope, it does not.
Getting ready for the MMA fight. They
Yeah,
come
this
out.
time that
This
you put some
4-second
pressure over
knockout.
towards B, they have an
Exactly.
option
No, I
to
paid
cancel.
$120 to watch this on pay-per-view.
All gets invested, smoke over towards
Awesome.
it.
Oh, takes a lot of
And
face, and
oof.
Jemkin just narrowly gets the reset. Stack's gonna be gone.
All
As
goes
Sylvan
in.
will similarly fall.
There's a
Armageddon
rough ult.
holding off, staving.
Gave him a
off these
whole
two
line to
remaining players
stand
from
in.
T1 on the site. Buzz trying to linger around B. Alarmbot just on his left-hand side.
Last round and a half. And now T1 just being very diligent. There was a drone, but it didn't get any
Yeah, it's
vision
just
of
slightly
anything.
off.
And already, now the util starts to get
It's really hard to
clear,
fight this
and
without
immediately RRQ players.
Shock dart's too late,
the
though.
Viper wall.
Nano comes back in. Further time going to be bought now. There's salvos. Looking for that boom-esque delay on the plant. Will be able to come through. Buzz noted, nearly take it down. Rendezvous is back behind yellow. Keeps himself alive at the moment. Vanya able to find one. Meteor just tucked back. The flash connecting onto Izu. Still finds
Meteor just left
a
him.
single elimination, but now it is all on Meteor's shoulders. 3 players suppressed out. No opportunity to try to go for this one.
Very, very
the
nice.
lineup nearly finds himself a
Yeah,
second
I mean,
kill. But similar to Pearl,
it's one of those
it's
ice
once
boxes.
again going to be 6 and
It's
6
a lot
and
of
half.
A spams.
I mean,
Not much to talk about.
It
just
is kind of just
everyone trying to play TDM.
odd to watch this T1 Icebox composition because a lot of it just comes down to were they able to get a flash to connect that was valuable, and were they able to win their trades or win their shots, win their duels, kind of find the right moments to make contact. There isn't much macro play.
I mean, there's nothing.
Very straightforward what they're doing,
Just
which I don't 100% fault T1 for thinking this way because you have so many cracked shooters on this team that if you just play a composition that's cracked at shooting, but you also have brilliant minds on this team. I mean,
what
you have
the comp is
one
made
of the
to
best
do, though,
lurkers on the
just chill
planet
people.
in Meteor.
Sure.
You have Stax, who's a very, very good IGL. I think you could do things on this map besides this.
Oh, you absolutely can. And I mean, cracked aim is only going to take you so far, especially here in the region, because RRQ have shown throughout this map, the previous map, that they're right there with them. They can put up those numbers. They can hit those transfers.
Oh, yeah.
So definitely is not much of a foolproof plan by any means.
Yeah, thinking the T1 need to win a pistol.
I mean, I don't think it feels like there's much difference in the firepower today between the two teams.
Yeah, I mean, this is
everybody.
They honestly got more rounds than I thought they were going to get.
Here and there across the board.
It looks a little bit better, but it's just kind of, again,
like
from the
T1.
individuals. At least they were using Rainer flashes this time.
Generally, I wouldn't feel like 6-6 is good enough for T1. I mean, I think this should be pretty clean for RRQ to move on. Yeah, let's get the leftover win today. That will give T1 the #1 seed confirmed. RRQ just looking to confirm their playoff presence at this point.
Yeah.
And I think we are going to at least hopefully get a Lotus. We'll see. maybe T1's got some new stuff figured out on this defender side.
I don't think
Trying
so.
to set up a really big
After
beat
watching
crunch.
that, I don't think so.
Seems to be
But
the direction that RRQ is leaning. So
down
that's
to
Stax
see
and,
again. Obviously, if they
Meteor
shoot
together,
well on this,
up in
they can
kitchen, pushing-
definitely win this
pushing
one.
down 2.
Flashes over to
Like,
four
fast
here.
trade.
Meteor there on that peak. Buzz with the final one. Jemkin on the floor there, but it's quickly
Sylvan
traded
goes
out.
for the play.
And that 1-for-1 Sylvan.
Smoke's
not
gonna
getting
go
caught at
down
all.
at possibly the worst time.
0 point will confirm
Possibly
some
the best
presence,
time.
and
Nope.
Not yet. Wow. It's
Almost.
Crispy with the ghost. What a shot from him. And now, just pinging out. Wary about any really forward lurk here inside of A main. As Monyet watching this flanker on the back. Stax though with the classic.
Nice
Is
shots.
gonna get a shot in, but Monyet still so damn fast.
Forget it. God.
Yeah, I like
What
it from
awareness
RRQ
from
though.
Monyet. That first one helps.
Just
that
hold
Cushy
in,
lands at
waiting
0
for some
point.
kind of push.
Get some information that somebody's close. Because it catches Sylvan. You got Izu, Meteor, trying to do something at A site. Playing right on the left of 410 is Izu. It's a ghost in hand. Has to back the heck out.
0 point
seconds
connecting. Suppress you for the moment. Turn to the flash there. As Izu comes away with 2 eliminations, now a third. And it's just suddenly all undone as Izu. Oh, that was some nice shooting you did earlier, Monyet.
But
How about
how?
this? What do you think about this one?
A
Free game,
2v4?
unbelievable.
It's like pile all over
It's
again.
just disgusting. For RRQ, it's again one of those just gut punches.
I was just thinking the exact same thing, man. This has got to be infuriating as RRQ.
What's the
Monyet's playing
flash?
great. Anti-lurk.
I mean, nice shots.
And then that happens. It's just T1 in a nutshell, man. Like, you know,
Oh boy,
praising RRQ's
we got
firepower,
3 people
but
that can get 1 shot. And that's
okay.
one of them that
They-
couldn't have
they
got 1 shot,
bought
but
up
both
for the
connected. So
Outlaw.
there's
You
still
see this
3
from
people
time
that
to
can get
time.
1
Yeah,
shot,
Jemkin
but they
does take quite a
know
bit
that
of
the
damage.
Outlaw's in play.
because a lot of teams on these anti-ecos will only buy half armors. Now, Izu does have full armor, but everybody else only half. T1 now, you're going to get a little bit concerned.
Everyone's got to be a little bit scared right now.
That could very well be this round being turned around.
Believe. I'm actually not sure if the weapon was scooped up. Meteor had dropped. I'm going to assume no.
What guns have they got here?
Repositioning
Sylvan
your
has a
Buzz.
Guardian.
Still going to be playing a bit more of a forward angle. As 0 point does not connect. Wisely is able to avoid that. So that he can hold on to the headhunter here. Sync might just go ahead and further delay. Pop flash at the ready from Cushy. Still has 2 in the back pocket.
Kind of nice from
So
Buzz
careful
though.
about peeking that angle as Buzz.
Does he want to put his TP down
they
and
have the
try
high-low.
Joel, or is he?
Oh boy.
Shots
Got.
out, swings in,
Got.
looks for the second, finds it. Crazy guy going to be taken down.
Oh.
Buzz
4.
build away at down to 4 HP. Jemkin low in his own
I
right.
didn't drop.
As the TP comes around, 2 bullets remaining in the headhunter. Monyet just about to be spotted.
Damn, bro.
As Buzz looks for the finisher here. 4K, the round effectively already over.
10 seconds.
Spamming out with the right clicks, trying to get this through. 1 bullet left, jumps back, goes for the reload, and Stax is there to go ahead and say,
Okay,
you're
very,
not killing my
very
teammate. We're carrying
very
3
well
weapons
handled in
over
the
into
end
this
after
next round. That's going to be
losing
the
the
outlaw
fast,
now,
the Outlaw.
getting ready to be used
They take a
against
bit of a hit
RRQ.
though, right?
Yeah,
Obviously, it's a
Buzz
big
just
investment, so
threading the
someone on
needle
RRQ's
here.
gonna
A couple of crucial moments. Jemkin took a lot of damage
Take
then
the hit, the
initial
actual buy.
exchange. Sylvan with a good peak timing. That gives Buzz the recognition that he needs. That's why he had the comfort to keep watching his right. Sylvan was there to watch the left, and even though Sylvan gets taken down, Buzz right there to step up and come up huge for T1. Yeah, Outlaw in hand. But full armors other than 1 player
Oh.
for RRQ.
flash dash early on.
Not necessarily the scariest thing ever, but was just holding it be long. Jemkin.
Dude, why is my
Meteor.
why's my Reina not showing confidence and wants to move away?
Crazy guy.
And
Taking
he
out
pause.
Stax, just quick little swap of the weaponry. Catching a glimpse on the Jemkin,
Nice
hits
though.
the
Can he
shots
get
to
out?
boot. Man,
Does get out. No trade. Starting to
alive
see
here on this
Buzz get a
map.
little bit aggro as well. They
This is
just
crazy
took the.
today.
Wait. The hell just happened to
now
the.
4v3. Weaker weaponry still behind here is Stax.
Is the turret here or not here?
And it's just long enough to linger.
Oh my goodness. Managed to get one. Yeah, I think the turret got removed or something. I don't even know, but either way, they got a flank and they don't know about it.
Sylvan hits the headshot on the Monyet. And now it is all on Cushy.
Buzz is so close, but Cushy does have heavy armor.
Other than crazy guy, obviously. Looking to deliver. And
nice shots.
A Red Bull clutch
calm shots on this one. Saves them.
Go ahead and bail them out in this round. Stop the bonus conversion from coming through. But
especially the last one.
Again, it's 4 players dead. Playing out the anti-bonus.
Yep. It's brutal, to say the least. Ah, God, Sylvan. That is so good. This Cushy, though, he is tremendous. A few nice taps of his own.
Last one tap, damn clean. Woo! Cushy trying to...
Very important rounds. We got one from each team that can by next.
One of those players that needs to be considered for Rookie of the Year.
He's got his ult, so he could really break open some space.
Oh, this is a nice fast one, though.
Buzz trying to hold the angle.
The overwhelm of the chamber is kind of insane.
0 point connecting Buzz.
How much Buzz could do on this?
Play this safe. Allow for
up
all
as a
spike,
wait for some util, wait for the ult. Oh, crazy guy. Oh, that's spiking us out in the open, and it can be seen. Yeah, Meets is just swinging. 1 HP on that one. Dude, Meteor.
Once again, the weight growing here on his shoulders. The flash connects. Backs away, and for now, RRQ are held at bay.
Seems to be good identification here by Sylvan that somebody could be lurking. He's been watching Stax as well.
Snapping around for play around there for Buzz. Okay, Icebox on that backstab. He's able to find Sylvan. Stax now getting a little bit frazzled, but Izu.
Oh, they tunnel visions.
All the way into the back. Plays to the gap in the window there. Finding one, but Jemkin on for a third. The fourth.
Okay, nicely done from Jemkin. Nicely done from RRQ. Kind of played well with a lot of the angles together.
Too scattered.
Pulls him down to an eco.
Devastating that previous round was.
This looked like it was going to be a pretty good round for the side of T1 off the rip. They play a little bit of contact. Meteor gets killed. Izu finds a good Hunter's Fury. It's just, you know, Buzz sees something. Ooh, what was that? Show me that again. Did you see that? Oh my, that was
disgusting.
Oh my God. We need to see that clip like 3 times in a row.
Yeah, this is straight up pretty fun.
Oh my goodness. Well, just murdering T1 players.
Here.
Shot.
Very, very impressive. Because again, that looked like
I do think in these positions,
going to take a hero play. And who this time?
The Guardian is like really underrated.
Jemkin.
Like the heavy pen is so good for this plant spot in these corners.
Meteor has the hero rifle. Sheriff's otherwise. 4 T1 players. Drone for Izu. Not going to see anything. And RRQ just waiting that out. And going to use that timing. Try to retake this space. Izu might even try to push up against that. Oh, just holding the angle.
Teleport's ready.
0 point set. Yep, closes the gap. Means that Tour de Force gets lost.
Yeah, let's see how clean RRQ can make this.
For Buzz to do.
Because they are just better on this map from what we can see from watching. Obviously, they got better guns this round. I'm just expecting them to.
Peek forward, Buzz spotting out Cushy.
I'm not saying take it clean the rest of this map, but.
This 0 point similarly going to be dealt with. Fragment into the back with Cushy, not really pressured by it. Swaps over the weapon there, and Sylvan going to be taken down. Buzz managed to get a shot across, but Monyet, one tap with the Guardian into Stax as well. 3 players standing, RRQ. Now Cash aplenty, gain the lead.
Again, just
again,
great
under the turret disappears from the minimap.
Good
Oh, is that what went on? Dude, I was looking at the the turret thinking, am I losing my mind?
Then use that opportunity to pop their ult. If Buzz is over here, then he can't use his to shut down your execute. Get the plant into place. Monyet.
Lovely shots.
Absolutely filthy. That is incredible with that Guardian. Buzz, though, finally has enough money to grab an op, half armor.
Yeah, the op does help,
He's
though.
just going to try that play again.
Oh, they go for the flash dash play.
Up on pipes, gets the first kill.
Oh my goodness.
Goes down to 11 HP.
That's fine.
God, he's going to jump into it. Do they throw the op over? They don't really have an opportunity to do it.
Sliding forward.
Surely at one point this Viper wall is going to go up, but
Meteor finds it quick to dismiss out. It's
maybe
Monyet.
not.
Somebody crossover up on top of the box.
Oh, we're getting Reina flashes.
Fire squad set up here. Crossfire. Monyet turns back to 180. Able to find one, but cannot clear out Meteor here from the front.
This is
Somehow,
nice though.
Just the one
Looks,
casualty on the side of T1. It's the answer around back and keep us
just
neck
a nice,
and neck, 9-9 between these two.
Yeah, we could see Buzz
nice,
trying to set up
first kill from Izu.
the A-Nest push.
Halfing over towards here, so he's like
Izu
accidentally
goes with him.
anti-flash.
Flash out early. Jemkin caught by Izu trying to push through belt. And then they're able to just work some really nice crossfires and just around the bottom of the site. Nicely done.
Me, whenever I
T1.
see the Reina flash, it's just
Okay.
purely because he
Keeping
didn't
it
use the
even.
Reina flash last time we watched. I think he used it like twice or 3 times.
Izu again there, up on the pipes. TP out from Buzz. Trying to look for that early pick. Able to dodge the drone. Yeah.
You should run.
Looking here on the hunt. Now, lockdown going to be
Jojo
invested.
goes in.
Obviously,
Don't
no
do
Fury
a madness.
Stax
Oh,
not
they're
in any
going
kind of
for a
position, so
madness.
no fragment, no shock dart combos to try to go ahead and clear this out.
Izu.
Tucks into the corner, stays safe. They try to pre-fire the angle.
Damn, dude, no
Some
one went
bullets.
through the
It's push
wall.
against the wall.
The
Do they realize?
KO ult was
gap in
enough.
that lockdown.
Go ahead.
They have to.
Stand your ground.
They must know. As he looks for a timing
Yeah,
swing.
tanking a
Monyet
molly.
able to go ahead and shut that down as Jemkin. Stopping Buzz from finding value. Stax just swinging out onto the Raptors, and it's just
Okay, let's do
a
that for
slow
RRQ.
build up, and then a very explosive ending.
They're very,
watch the
I'll give it to
equally.
RRQ. They're very, very patient.
RRQ just take the round. T1 unable to go ahead and hold their ground in this one.
It just
I think they just forced this
It
and
just
Meteor
felt
takes the
awkward
hit,
with the timing.
or
for T1 when they went
I
to
don't know.
stop this. Izu's position was red. Sylvan finds one, but I mean the timing there. You know, you got one player going up to the nest, you got one coming from rafters, and they all get cut down
just
at different
5-man
moments.
sight
because
hits.
RRQ
Man,
is a
it's
step ahead
Icebox.
of T1 there. It's really nicely done by them.
One suppressed.
Just doing a great job again of finding a lot of value out of their ult cycles as well. Tons of credit to RRQ for the way they're managing their macro game for the most part here today. Other than a couple of those rounds on Pearl where they just took too long, everything else has looked pretty solid. Monyet has a pit. Looking to try to get somewhere. They could potentially get that down. And look at this. They're looking for a big push out. It's on an eco for T1, so they're expecting some kind of aggression. Try to turn the round around. Must have seen this in a previous VOD. T1 just 4-man pushes up mid. I think I remember it from the secret game, but very ready for that.
Yeah, pretty much not a full eco. Obviously, they got armor sheriffs, but
It's about to have a very rude awakening.
Izu is the person with the
One
gun.
little clutch shot in as Stax is able to go
Stax
ahead.
is in a pretty good
quiet
pause.
enough. Gets tucked away, and Meteor,
Oh.
target-rich environment. Able to find one, backs away with the dismiss. Go for the devour, though. As now, Pit coming out onto the walkway, the plant coming down.
Oh.
Fragment going to be lobbed in. Is the angle good? The answer is, yeah, pretty much.
9
Jemkin
HP.
taking the 9, but does not get killed.
So hard to defuse this one.
Check over towards green. Nothing going to be spotted there. Jemkin is holding with a shorty in hand. Izu trying to scale forward, finds him. Zach's a little bit faster.
I mean, Monyet might get spammed down.
Fight there on the floor.
The important joke.
Drop down coming through.
Whoa.
Crazy guy able to find one. Stax rushes up. Barrel stuffs onto one. Xparrow now finding another.
They got it
The
half.
Fuse being held with the Salvos
Dude,
go
he
in.
takes
Stax
so
can take
much
it down
detail.
and give it
What
the
is this
position for
movement?
Izu. Has to ride the rope.
Half already.
The Nano to buy the time. Xparrow to go for the gap
Oof.
close. Finds the final shot.
Close, close, close.
On a knife's edge here as T1 trying to get that thrifty across, but they cannot. Xparrow, the lone survivor, gets RRQ up to an 11th round win.
What a creative round here from RRQ. A plant on the bridge, and they have so
Just
much
stick there was
util
just non-stop
for this
util on it.
post plant.
Salvos,
I mean, everything in the
mollies.
kitchen sink there to delay. Wow, the fact that Izu wins that is crazy, but nanos, salvos, so difficult for T1 to really do much about that, especially given the economic situation. Snakebite as well in there if you wanted, so tons of post-plant util. T1 kind of has to get ahead of the curve You know, is it their time to try to dial up something aggressive? We see them put some pressure at the front of A with mixed results, but RRQ's done a really nice job
sides look weak.
Not really giving up too much in the early parts of the round. They're pretty patient to watch for that. So it's making it tricky for T1 to find those timings to strike.
I mean, they get an op out though.
Gets down and RRQ gets even
op
a little bit
over towards B. Everyone else stack A
they
maybe.
Can just util you out of the round. Very curious what T1 wants to do. Yes, who indeed? We know. We got the answer.
And then look at the, you know, trying to further confirm it. Playoffs is already a lock. Like you said, securing that #1 position in the group is what they're after. RQ though, fighting to the nail, now in an advantageous position.
They do that. This is like their rounds that they do when they know they have an op.
0 point connecting. Identifies 3. It's going to be Stax getting caught by it.
They just use so much util early on here.
Too much going to be gained here from the side of RQ.
The chamber has to take the TP or is getting hit by the knife.
I was going to say, I want to see at least one player clear the bottom of tube. In fact, I send 2 for T1 to make sure that there isn't any lurk. It's a little bit further on the info, Jemkin.
So go pacey here, but Buzz able to find the op shot. Stax with the follow-up. Makes them cushy. Sylvan so far, the one casualty on the side of T1. RRQ likely to be rerouted here unless...
Man, Monyet.
Monyet finding a huge opening shot. Still this open play, Meteor playing up close.
What are we doing?
Spot on the 1, and that timing is just enough. Crazy guy. The gorgeous swing. Picks up the kill, gives them the player advantage, and now they're going to look to go ahead and rewrap, exit over towards this A site, and leave Monyet planted over here at B. But it's all a little bit of a fake out. They pivot. They haven't seen anything on the cross, and now they're just slowly crouch walking their way back over to B.
Gotten the op off the angle.
Yeah, and T1 know that they've given up this space, and now they have to be cautious about this forward push over towards Snowman. Buzz, it's going to take them a while to try to regain this space. Plant now in play. RRQ has the upper hand.
1 by 1 into angles where they could be facing anywhere. Got double flash, but with peek and dry from the KO. Then we double down by doing it with the Reyna. It's almost as if we have an op that we could set up with all 4 of our flashes.
Try to extend this, Buzz. Finding one, Izu finding the other. Crazy guy now, last one standing. The
and they still win. It's criminal. Holy hell.
Plays it gorgeously.
Nicely done from Izu.
Knows that curiosity will get the better of him. Knows that crazy guy will have to confirm whether or not that defuse is being held. Closes the gap back down to 1. Op carried over. Cash, though, wobbly to say the least for T1.
It has been an outstanding map for Izu. Last 2 maps have been very, very good. Things get a little bit awkward here. T1 has a good read off the rip, and then they start pressing to get information, and then Meteor just stranded out there trying to set up some kind of bait, I suspect, for Buzz behind him. But the double swing...
Really nice to go to the off angle for the jump peak ready.
Perfectly timed. And it catches
dude, if they win
Meteor.
this, they actually have such a good chance.
Except die. And then you're left in an awkward situation. T1 just able to scrape out of it again.
0 point out. Meteor no longer can dismiss his way out to safety. Updraft up and over the top of Cushy. Just kicks the door in. Will be put down on the floor. Flashes
and nicely
out there
done from Stax.
Able to collect another as Jemkin will
I
die.
believe they're still in this.
Res is available. They're going to look to go for this one. Pick it back up. Target rich there. Stax ends up getting taken down. Snake bite out from Sylvan, able to find one, but now it's all on Buzz. Finds the shot. Spike not yet planted. Opts to back off. Plays it a little bit more patiently. Xfero just with the taps, just trying to bait him forward here. Play with the info, but also play with the time. Ooh, 47 seconds. And he's going to slowly get his way out. Back across.
This is nice from Buzz, though. He kind of reclears this. Now, does he push behind, or does he...
The real question is the timing on the turret.
The problem is, I kind of want to leave this trip up for a little bit, just to get info of when he's in range.
Reset on it quite just yet, depending on
multiple ways of playing it.
Goes sprinting back forward. And will be the alarm bot.
Yeah, that's why he picks it up. He doesn't want to give him info that he's pushing back. The alarm bot's great, though.
Being well read, Xfero. Just wait for these timers. One more
X-Fire's
second.
played this insanely
Set
well.
out that turret wide to maybe just go for contact, but looks like he's thinking better of it. He knows that Buzz could be close. He knows that he's going to be damn close, and he doesn't want to give away his own position. So setting up the turret now is going to be a bit too risky, but the alarm bot does not get the trigger, but the time is starting to tick away.
Yeah, he doesn't have time.
A nano just on a timing here. Buzz eating some damage, he's going to die. You know.
He tried to guess the
He was like, you know, I have to go for it now, or else it's gonna the round's over. And if it kills me, then
then I die.
Just good overall sense from Xpero. It was just like, and this is when I pop this.
I mean, just getting caught in awkward positions. First two T1 players. I mean, again, you just don't have a lot of delay or stall utility built into this composition. It's all contact for T1.
Okay,
and if you can't win that,
okay.
the other team's
Two
gonna
chances.
Maybe Sliggy told him to volley himself. He's like, well, I don't have any, but there's one right here on the floor, so I guess I'll just jump into that.
Yep. I mean, I do appreciate we are in the toxic Sliggy arc.
What the hell?
So damn toxic.
Yeah.
Dude,
It's kinda
I'm
fun.
holding back from super flaming T1, to be fair.
Speaking of Toxin, Sylvan.
I'm trying my best.
Just the stinger in it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the best in terms of economy, but you have Buzz's ult, so tour de force in play. Stax and, of course, Sylvan already in his ult, but Stax still waiting for the null command opportunity. Buzz just trying to push forward, but Stealth Drone gonna push him.
Oh, it does not see him.
Oh,
The
wait.
Buzz, he chases
Anyway?
it. But this kind of disguises Meteor's position.
Please get out,
Overstays,
dude.
he
Come
doesn't go
on.
for the dismiss. And Monyet
You're
great to
killing me.
capitalize. Finds that
I
kill,
hate
and
his
Buzz
Reyna. I
backpedaling,
hate
and he
it.
was uncertain if he was going to get caught by that 0 point.
Yep.
And then as soon as he affirms that he's in a good spot, it's just far too late. He's off the angle. As it looks like it is maybe far too late for this map to go the way of T1. RRQ are looking to take us over to Lotus. Armageddon available, crazy guy trying to stay alive. And Stax swinging, finding one.
All
Chasing
bullets.
on the backside of Yellow now,
You should
all
run.
alone. A lockdown set.
Okay.
Crazy guy there on the angle.
Thank God it's over.
13 to
Nice
10
enough from RRQ. T1 still
Knowing that
still
this
pretty
was
bad
going
at
to
this,
be a
man.
weak spot here.
They
A
all
gap
got
in the
that
armor
map
for
that
T1. They
most
poke
teams
and
will beat
prod
him
at
on.
it. They peel the plates back. They're setting us